Hey, John here again. So we got this Toyota, I think it's a 2010 Toyota Camry, and this makes like the third one I've done on a Camry, and one on an Acura. That little flex pipe there just goes to shit and gets all loud. You have to buy this whole pipe, but it's pretty straightforward, right? Just bolt it on. But we might run into some problems, so I thought I'd take the camera along and see if we can get this installed without any problems. And what I mean by problems is, here, let me get down here, I'll show you. This, because I'm working on my truck, and I just ran into this problem. These bung holes, right? That's in a peculiar location. This pipe's a little bit different in a way. Well, I'll go down and show you. But so I'm working on my truck, and the same situation. I went to take out an O2 sensor, right? There's one there. And there's one there. Like I said, the pipe's a little different. They got it wired different, or welded different. But taking them out, those O2 sensors, especially where they're located, it's going to be very problematic. So I think my best bet is try to get up in here and disconnect the electrical, let them dangle, and then try to get this pipe out whole, and try to get it up on a bench and take the O2 sensors out upstairs, because like I said, I'm doing my truck, and the goddamn, I'm making a, I got a good purchase on it. Everything was going good. Now I was just replacing my O2 sensor, so I clipped it. Just buzzed it off so I can get a wrench on there clean, and I'll be goddamn, the bung hole stripped out. Like, it came out, but the threads came out with it because it's rust. So I hope I don't run into this problem here. Hopefully it's pretty straightforward. So I am gonna sneak up. I almost look like I could take this off, but it ain't gonna help me out because I can't get my hand up on the other side to get into them clips. So I gotta get a little fancy. Get up. I don't think I have a light here. Yeah, I do. They're way up in there. The clips. You can barely get to them. You can barely see them, let alone get to them. So I think I'm gonna. There's a few plastic clips up in there. Yeah, so there's no way I can get a camera up in there, but the two wires go right here, and you can get to these clips okay, and I can get the wire out. But I'm interested in the two, which I don't even know, I can't even get in there. Two clips that are in a bracket that are holding this mechanism. Yeah, I can't, there's no way. Even if I take this sucker down, there's not going to be much room. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Yep. Frames in a way. Yeah, so I might have to, let me see. Let's see if I can get in there. Probably going to have to cut them nubs off. Let's see if I can release them. Oh, maybe I can. Maybe I can. So I got the two clips off up there. And now these are wire. I'm going to have to bend these out to get that wire out. A little bit. There's one. They're opposite. You crazy friggers. Toyota. Yeah, man, just can't believe how rusty stuff gets. And that looks like a stainless clip. There we go. So I got the one out this way, and I got that one out the other way. Yeah, so with that clamshell clip off, now I can get to, I just got enough to get this wire. They give you just enough. And these were the two O2 sensors plug into this little cradle. And I'm gonna have to remember, it's color coded, black is black, gray is gray. So if you could have just slid this out of here, that would have been golden, but I gotta get a screwdriver. This two little thing keeps them together, but I'll just keep them together, and I gotta get a little tiny pocket screwdriver, release them tabs. So I can unplug them, and then get them down through here, and then hopefully just take this pipe off, and this lady will be on the road. Ready for bed now. So those are being really problematic. I mean, all you do is push these tabs, right? You can see better if you get on this other side. You push these tabs and pull them out, but god damn, pushing, pushing, pushing. You just don't have a lot of room here. So anyways, these two are now released, and they are color coded, so I know that we're going to plug them back in. I don't know if you can see that gray and black, but let's get this sucker down. I do have to know black is on this pipe, gray is on the U, because when I take these out, so now that that's done, it's a hell of a lot better when you take this. You don't have to take it all off. I just kind of got a hanger there, hanging there, and put your Christmas trees back in when you're done. Yeah. Anyways, let's see if I can get the rest of this off. Oh boy. Looks, oops, sorry about that. Break block and everything. Looks like a, just up a little bit, a bracket here. Looks like this bracket has to come off. Obviously the two bolts up here, these two bolts, and you probably can't see it over here. This, let me back this camera up just a smidge. Where is it? Right here. These two. And then of course, back behind the cat. That's all rusty. I'll show you that in a second. So these look like they're going to come off. Here's where the problem is. This is all rusted inside here. And every one I've worked on, this is where the problem is. It leaks here. Sounds like I can't get it to move, but I'll show you when I get it down. So let's do that. 2, 4, 6, 8 bolts. 6 of them might come off. I'll show you the other ones. This is these nasty mamma jammas. I don't think they're going to come off. I mean, it's basically not even bolts anymore. And I'm a little worried about the flange on the back side of this. I hope I got something to work with. So it looks like these are 14, and these are the ones I'm worried about because they're the studs, you know, on a manifold. And that's going to suck if this break. It really is going to suck because there's no room for nothing. But they look okay. Actually, I can see threads. Everything looks okay. so I'm just going to try to light duty sticker on number 2. See if that son of a bitch comes off. Oh crap! I don't think I turned the air on. Uh-oh. Thought it was a 14. I guess I gotta go full bore here. Oh, don't strip. Oh, there it goes. I think it's a 14. Yeah, it's a 14. I might have to heat these up. Very good. This is only 400 torque, so I don't think it'll break it. I do want to toss loose though. I'm gonna try a bigger gun, I guess. Alright, let me try 650 torque. Reverse, forward, reverse. Oh, I thought it stripped the fucking thing. I think it just came off. Yeah, I just needed more torque. It's all about the torque. I have the other gun there. It's 1200, but I don't want to break. I'm breaking bolts off. Too much torque is not good. All right, so that did come loose. I gotta get this nut out. So the two I was worried about is golden, and this. I don't have to replace any. Uh-oh. So now it comes out. Now it comes out. Let's see if I can do this. Yep. Sweet. So, probably shouldn't use the same ones over. Let's see what I got in the tool bend. So that's loose, that's loose. I didn't break any studs. Perfect. Now this is very angry looking. I'm going to have to smash something on that. The stud, the nut is all, the stud's all, there's no threads left. This one's alright. So this one's probably going to break or do something stupid, but I can get right behind it. It looks like it's pressed in. Like, you know, so just a regular nut and bolt if I can get this off. And that's just a clamp. I mean, not even, you know, it's just help holding that, because I don't know why it's metal. I mean, that's odd, huh? I mean, usually they're rubber, but I guess that's what the flex pipe's all about, huh? Oh, here's a rubber here, up here. All right, let me try these two. Just keep working backwards. And before I try to take that support off, let me see if these will come off first. I ain't worried about these too much because, you know, it's just a nut and bolt pass through. So even if these don't make it, I can, you know, we can work with that. But might as well, since I'm here. I think it's a 14 still. Well, close enough, I guess. All right, still in reverse. Let's see if this will come off easily enough. Wow, tighter. Prick. Left-handed. Sweet. Again, I don't think it's a good idea to use these bolts, but I'll look at them and see what happens. Huh. Must be some kind of apparatus holding them nuts on. Look at it, it just spin right off. I bet you there's some kind of, I don't know. It's weird. Never seen that before. Better just leave that alone, huh? Might have to reuse them because that goes to your cat. I don't want to mess with that. Hopefully I got the. Coming. All right, so I'm going to leave this clamp, the one in the middle. Where is it? Over here. Over yonder. Where am I? Come, I can't see nothing. Oh, there. This clamp, because it's going to hold things. All right, so I think we're out of the woods now, and oh, these two straight up. Where am I at? I think I'm just going to cut them off. There's like literally nothing left. So I'm just going to get my wheel in there and cut them off, see what happens. Some hammerhead thought it was a good idea to weld those nuts on. So I guess I am reusing them because that's your cat. I'm not getting up in there and, nope. We're going to reuse them nuts. They came out fine. But then I was like, you know, I just cut these off. I haven't tried to tap them out yet, but as you can see, there's nothing left. I think these are welded on too. I could see flaky rust. So even if I cut, well, let me try that. I'm going to try to cut that pretty smooth. See if that'll release everything, because it does look pretty nasty. I might have to get a split flange for that, because it ain't looking very good. Well, let me cut it off first, see what it's doing. So there's plenty of room to get a wheel up in there. So as soon as I cut it, it did relieve, I think. Yeah, I took it apart. Yeah, this is looking really, really bad. And the next piece is the whole tailpipe. We ain't doing that. I'll probably like get a split flange. I gotta take this apart, see what it looks like. So let's, everything's loose now, loosey-goosey. Let's get these two out and drop this thing. Yeah, so I was able to, this one came out, a bunch of rust came pouring out. But the other one has nothing left on it. Like it's no longer a nut, it's just a little boob. So I'm thinking, hammering a, no, 12 ain't gonna do it. What's the other size? Thinking about hammering a smaller socket on there. There's one here. Looks like a 10. There she go. Yeah, that might work. Where's my hammer? I ain't worried about this anyways, because I can... Alright, so now it's a 10. I think it went from a 12 to a 10. See if this will come off. If not, I gotta cut it out and Let's get it out of there. I think it's priced in. Nah. Just made it shiny. Just made it shiny, so I gotta cut that off. I can cut that off, but I can't get my wheel in there, so I don't know what to do in that case. You know what I'm gonna do? This looks like pretty weak metal. I think I'm gonna try to bend it down and get this the rest of the way off. See if that'll work. Oh my God, that's so rusty. It won't even come off. It has two little lungs. Oh, that's actually pretty stout. We'll get a bar. I mean a pry bar. Because this is it's just a stainless clamp, like a C-clamp, just goes around it. And looks like it's got one bolt mounted to the bottom of the transmission. It's just to hold it in place. Again, I can't get my wheel out. I guess I can get the plasma cutter out. See if I can get that out of there. Yeah. Let me get the... See if I can cut that out with my plasma cutter. Alright, so, and then that's that. So everything looks like it's loose and should come out. So let me get that last bolt out. Well, that's second thought. I'm just going to leave that, see if I can bend this out. That's pretty weak. That's pretty weak, and then we'll just bend it back up. Seems that stud's alright. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, because we'll just leave it for the next guy. Alright, so that should, after this rubber is relieved, should pop right out of there, right? Let's see. So I got the one thing. Let me back this camera up on there. There. Let's see if this thing will come out now. Pry it out of here. Oh yeah. Got that piece. Yep, there it goes. Alright. Yeah, look. Flex pipe here crunching in there. I'm sure everything's goofed up, but this is this way I have to, you know, because there's no, look at that, that's just rusted crap, man. I hope these come out. Well, worst case scenario, she's going to have to get two O2 sensors, and I warned her about that. I said if they come out, they come out. If they don't, because she bought the part. She bought that exhaust. Hopefully it's the right one. So I think she got it at, what's that, Rock Auto. So hopefully she put in the right parameters. Oh boy, everything's so rusty. Yeah, let me clean all these flanges up and shit, and take a look at this fella here. Kind of questionable. I mean, it doesn't appear that any carbon was leaking either. That's not the gasket, that's just the rust ring, and I'll have to clean all that up. Hopefully that stuff comes out of there. There's a gasket. One of those crushable deals, you know. It does look like everything was sealed. So with the new pipe, this part's going to be alright. That part is got a serious case of cancer. I'm going to clean it up, and I'm going to put it together anyway. So worst case scenario, if it starts leaking in the future, because I don't think it'll leak now. I think it's just got enough for that gasket to sit in place. But it ain't long for this world. I'm probably going to have to do a split flange, clamp it together. I don't know, I'll have to see how that goes when I clean it up. But the good news is it's dual exhaust, only way back. So in other words, you got two mufflers. So it's just the one pipe. She's going to have to get this whole pipe. It goes way back to, I don't know, splits left and right. Or I could probably piece it together with this piece. I have a TIG welder, but I'm not that good to, you know, put a new piece like that on there. No way. Not me. So let me clean it up, see what happens. Got cleaned up a little bit, so I got a little tip for you. So if you have something you need to clean like this that has a recess, I don't know if you can see it straight on, it's got a recess for that crushable gasket to go in. And as you can see here, the metal is supposed to be a bit wider. But we're going to try to get away with not replacing this pipe and see what happens. I don't think it's going to leak. Like I said, the other pipe had no remnants of carbon escaping. And when I was under there diagnosing it, it was totally up front. It wasn't here because I put my hand everywhere. It wasn't leaking here, even though it was rusty. So I got a little, because it's very hard to clean in here, this caked on rust. You can be all day with a brush or whatever. And I'm going to finish this up with a stainless wire brush. But what I do is, because I had to cut that exhaust in pieces, I wear down a cut wheel till it fits perfect in the hole here. I don't know if you can see that, but and then a little power wheel gets the rust right out of there. I'll finish it up by hand because I don't want to go knocking these off. I need this perfectly round like it was. Well, it's probably not perfectly round because it's rusty, but when we bolt this up, I'm going to know if it leaks, and if it does leak, I'm going to have to give it a bad news that you're going to have to get a new pipe here, but I don't think we will. So that's that. And if she does, it is what it is. It's 2010. But we ain't out of the woods yet. So what we have here, that's spiraling down my grinding wheel. So I'm going to cut these off. I'll finish it up with something else. And then I could take these O2s to the bench because I got to get these off. We ain't out of the woods yet. Might have to buy some O2s if they don't want to come out, because like I said, I'm working on my truck. Same thing. I want to replace the O2. The goddamn threads in the bunghole stripped out. So here's what the problem with this bugger was. And the other two that I did just like this, it cracks and then it's gone. I just cut this stainless mess back a little bit, but that's where it always leaks in this little flex pipe deal. I don't think it's a good design, but it is what it is. I didn't do it. And it might have a little fitment issue. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't buy this, but when I was matching it up earlier, the neck looks a little, even though it's got a broken neck now. Alright, that's the forward one. Just about cleaned up. The cat's up in there. Hello, kitty cat. And there's another one. It's about cleaned up as best I can get it. And that's the one we already cleaned up. So this diameter is a little smaller, so that tool there is perfect for it. I did have to wear that blade down a little bit. It's a cutoff tool, right? It costs like $7, literally $7 at Harbor Freight. I think that's my second or third one. They don't last forever. Over the years, this I think it's my second. It might be my third, but I use it constantly for stuff like this. So if you're not creating sparks, you got to go further. It's just eating the rust away, and there is just a little bit of rust, if you can see there. But I'll work on a little bit more, get that sucker shiny, so we know we're got a good contact there with the gasket. Yeah, that's it. Now the next is just bolting this thing up. Hopefully everything goes good. Get quiet, Connor. Alright, so we're about to put this in. I did have to heat these up to get them out of the other ones, but they did come out and strip anything, so try to use the old ones. And let's see if this booger fits. Get some gaskets. Where are they? There they are. Let's see. Let's give this a whirl. Hopefully we don't have a fitment issue. Oh, aftermarket stuff. You never know. So I think the first order of business is let's try to plug her in the rubber hole. Right. And send it, twist, send her forward a little bit. There to come up. I probably should have lubed this rubber up. Yeah, I might have to. There it goes. Uh-oh. We do have a fitment issue, I think. Let me see. That piece I bent up because this is a different kind of weld. I don't know if that's going to work. Let's see. Yeah, that's just going to sneak by. Alright. So this thing needs to be tweaked a little bit. Oh boy, it's got to come in here. That'll be a monkey uncle. there is a fitment issue. It's not the original design pipe. I have to try to finagle it like so. Alright, so that's that. Oops, I thought the camera was on. So that's the rear there. It's just sitting there. Gaskets on there. So I put gaskets in there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Just before, you know, you put it on, there'd be a little gap there. I slid it up in there. They're both gaskets that are in. Don't forget your gaskets. Everything looks like it's going to fit up, but here's what I was talking about. See, that's got to go up another 1/8 inch, maybe. But see this, oh, look at that, a little lower here. You see where that clamp is? It's going to impede right here. So, where is it? Let's see if I can show you what I'm talking about. I don't even know where it is. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This clamp here. I went this way. Yeah, it's not going to fit. Well, I guess I'm done for today because I don't have proper hardware. This thing is welded on. I think I pointed that out from the factory. The nuts are welded on, so no way I'm taking them off. I guess I could grind them off and then just pass a bolt through, but I guess I got to go to the hard. This is the bolt for the original one that came out, but you see how it's got a shoulder on it. The new flange, it won't go through the flange. I mean the bolt will, but the you know, it gets to that flange or shoulder there. Stops. And then I thought, well, I always have like 1,000 different bolts, you know, in drawers. So I went and looked, and I came up with this guy, which I was like, oh, perfect. Too short, right? Then found some more. Too short. That's the bolt, but I got to go to the hardware store, match up these bolts. Yeah, same thing here. It won't fit through. So I gotta get some 4 bolts, but we're almost done here. I think everything fits okay, and I gotta still figure out this, you know, little saddle bridge here. And those, since I'm going to the hardware store, I might as well get new nuts. I'm just gonna use the originals, thinking, yeah, screw it. And then we'll just bolt up everything, and that'll be that. All right, so I got the O2 sensors back in their little cradles, and actually that one needs to be slipped in a little more, and I got that front pipe snugged up. It's the next day, so you know, had to get some hardware, and the new hardware fits in there, you know. So I wanted to show, before I snug this one up, those O-rings, you know, for the gaskets. Here, let me put the camera down. Hold on a second. So like I said, I got the front one snugged up, but and I had to use an inspection mirror up there. But you see this this O-ring in here? It's moving. Well, I don't know if you can, let me see if I can zoom in here. Where is it? So I'm using a pick here, right? I don't want to be back in here, so I want to make sure. See, there's a little play there. Same thing. Gravity's taking over, and it's in the spot that it needs to be, but I don't want it favored on the bottom, especially back there on that one. I'll show you in a second. So when I was snugging it up, I just kind of took the pick and kind of held in the center. You see what I'm saying? Like it's got too much play. Now it's favoring the bottom, so I just held the pick in there, like halved it, so it's right dead center. Because again, I don't want any leaks. So that's all I wanted to point out. So I'm going to snug this one up, but the other way. Snug this one up, I'll draw that in, and then I'll get to the back piece, show you that. Hold on a second. So of course you want to tighten them down evenly. And I just want to keep checking that gasket, because I definitely want it in the center. Once it starts getting snug, where does it move? Oh man, this one's getting tight. Oh. using the old nuts. Oh boy, that fucker's getting tight. Still loose in there. I hope the goddamn weld holds up. Oh, I think I just, yeah. So I just crushed there, or semi-crushed. You see now it's on the top here. It went up. I kind of want it in the center. There it goes. Gotta get a light on the subject. So you get what I'm saying. Just until that gasket has got friction on it, I want it dead center. That's all I'm saying. Now I can tighten it up and move on to the back. So as I'm going to tighten this down, I use them stove nuts, or whatever you call them, the lock nuts. But honestly, you could probably just use a regular nut and a lock washer, perhaps. Probably don't even need a lock washer because this is New England, right? It's going to be rested next week anyway, rested solid. Let's see if this will work. So they're a little bit hard to crank in there, but when we get it close, I'll adjust that gasket. I am a little bit worried about this lip not being there. It's rusted away, and this is going to sit right about there. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to have to get another gasket and get one of those split flanges and add some more there. But I think I got just enough to work with. Like it's going to sit right there. Once that crushes down, should be okay. Well, I don't know if it's going to work out. Even with a split flange, it's tight. It's crushed all the way down. And I can see the gasket here. Let me zoom in a little bit. But you see how all this is missing. And you see the thickness of this. The stock one needs to be, maybe not as thick, but thicker than that. I mean, it is tight. It's not loose. And I'm about to start this up. It may or may not leak. But at this point, oh boy. Hold on a second. Alright, like I was saying, this is weak-ass metal. Really, I mean, even if I was a good TIG welder to cut this and put a new flange on, this is rusty too. It's just not going to work out. So you might have to get a whole new pipe all the way back to the T for the mufflers. And I don't know how much that's going to cost, but, did the best I could. So let's start it up, see if it leaks. I mean, let me zoom in and show you maybe what I'm talking about. You see how that piece in the center here, that's the gasket, and it's crushed down, and it is what it is. It probably won't leak, but it's not long for this world. Because this flange here, this is aftermarket. I don't know if the OEM one was this thick or not, but you can see where it's, the ear started bending in. It's not good. Because even if I put a split flange here, there's not much to grab onto at all. So even a split flange probably wouldn't work. But let's start her up. Well, let's start her up, see if she has water leaking out instantly. Well, can't run it long because I fixate myself. Trying to see if there's any, definitely tight up there. It's just regular engine noise, so I just want to feel if there's any air coming out, which there's not. Nah, grand prize here. I'm just going to wait a little bit. There's no air coming out, so that's good. But I am going to wait a little bit, see if water starts dripping out of there. I mean, I mashed it down as tight as I can get it, and that's pretty much crushed. So, starts getting warm. Once the water works back there, I mean, it's tight. It's definitely tight. If it works out, it works out. It might be a week or two, but she's going to have to get a new pipe. At least this will be new, so if she does it soon, it'll be fine. Like I said, it goes all the way back to the T. Again, I'm just going to see if it leaks any water out of any of these joints. If it doesn't, we're going to ship it. And it doesn't appear to be anything. I don't hear any noise. I mean, I'm standing here. I can't hear nothing. All the engine noise is up there. So I think we're good. So let me go try. Alright, so once again my memory card filled up, so I'm gonna have to finish this, just voice. So this is the new pipe, obviously. This is the old pipe. I would not normally let this go, but what happened here was, diagnosing the flex pipe up, it was pretty profound. I thought that was it for sure because I ran into this 2 or 3 times. So when I was back here feeling around for exhaust leaks, originally there was none, but this was totally corroded. This pipe here and this pipe, they both, it was so corroded you couldn't, make this out. This is after cleaning it up that all this stuff went away here. This flange here, or lack thereof, this is the new flange, right? The original flange is here, but whether it's supposed to be this thick or not, it doesn't matter. Let's say it was supposed to be this thick here. The reason it's gone, and we're looking from the bottom up here, so this is probably where water leaked, condensation water got involved and leaked out, and the gasket went away and just ate this away. So again, I wouldn't normally let this go, but it is sealed. There's no air coming out of this. This gasket is crushed here. There's no air or water coming out of here, as it will sooner than later. But it's not long for this world for sure. But at least this piece will be new, and all we're going to have to do is get another gasket and a pipe here. In fact, this pipe probably comes with a gasket, so the hardware is going to be new. So it's just a matter of waiting when this leaks, because it will, and we'll replace the rest of this pipe back to the mufflers, and then eventually from there, because it's a 10-year-old pipe, you're going to have to replace the mufflers. It is all original exhaust, so at least the flex pipe is done. And the hard part, anyway, as far as I'm concerned, because you got the manifold bolts, you got the, the O2 sensors, all that crap to worry about. The rest of this is just picnic. It's just a matter of cutting a thing out and putting a pipe in. There's nothing else you got to worry about as far as, breaking a stud off a manifold is kind of problematic, especially on this car where it's kind of hard to get to. But all that's golden, so this will last at least another 10 years, or if you live in New England, maybe 10 months. But we're good to go. So thanks for watching. Again, this here is just, it is what it is. I mean, I didn't see it at first. I would not have let that go. Probably would have had, the whole pipe, the whole exhaust system replaced. But it is what it is. Again, it's not leaking, so we're just going to have to go from there. So thanks for watching. See you next time.